Hi everyone. Hi, and thank you for joining us in our newest episode of Operator Series featuring Wellbel. That was a mouthful. Our next episode of Operator Series featuring Wellbel. My name is Meg Levy, and I'm a senior partner manager here at ShipBob. I'm so excited to be joined today with Hattie Gilpin, Director of Operations at Wellbel, one of my favorite brands. It's absolutely crushing it. Wellbel is a physician-formulated daily supplement developed to support hair, skin, and nail health. Our proprietary blend includes science-based vegan ingredients that nourish thinning hair and promote healthy hair growth for all types and textures. So Hattie, I want to give you a moment to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So Hattie, and like Meg said, I am the Director of Operations at Wellbel, and I've been with Wellbel for, gosh, almost 4 years now, which is pretty crazy.
Oh, very cool. I
Yeah,
just surpassed my 4-year anniversary ShipBob, so we're kind of on the
look at us go.
same timeline. We're sort of parallel pathing. I love that.
We are. We are.
So take us back to the beginning. So how did Wellbel come to life, and what inspired you specifically to join the team?
Yeah, so a fun fact about Wellbel that really not a lot of people know is Wellbel actually started as a passion project. Dr. Dan formulated Wellbel when his sisters were undergoing hair loss, and he looked out onto the market and he was shocked at what he saw. So he wanted to create a clean alternative, and one thing led to another. And here we are today. Wellbel came to me in actually a really interesting way as well. The opportunity came through my life coach. She's actually a co-founder at Wellbel. At the time, I was with a more established tech company. And when the opportunity arose, I was so excited to join and scale a young company alongside a team that I truly, really believed in. So it was just sort of one of those serendipitous moments.
That's incredible that life coach, like helping you sort of path out where you want to go, actually also is the one that hands you this opportunity in your
Exactly.
career exactly where you want to be. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like cosmic fate. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Every day at work is very fun. We are a very, very close team, and it's an incredible team. So it's fun to work so closely with her and work so closely with the other team members.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone, it's sort of like a familial environment. Everyone works really, really strongly behind the brand and behind the mission. So incredible.
Very much so. Yeah.
So building a resilient brand is no easy feat. We know that. In today's rapidly changing direct-to-consumer landscape with, challenges being thrown left, right, and center to brands, what adjustments have you made to meet the evolving expectations of customers?
So Wellbel is a brand that has been built on community. It plays a massive role in every decision that we make. For the first few years, we didn't pay for digital marketing. We didn't pay for paid media. We really grew off of an organic way. Stacy, one of the founders at Wellbel, she actually Zooms with every person who tags us on social media. So like if you tag us, if you have one follower or if you have like 500,000 followers. She gets on a Zoom with you. She learns how you found the product, how the product's been working for you. She really has gotten to know our community, and we've had such a personal relationship with all of our community members. So that being said, every decision we make is community driven. And a few adjustments that we've made that have really been made with our customer in mind. Like again, every decision is made with the customer in mind, but I guess it was it'll be a year in November. We migrated from WooCommerce to Shopify. And for those of you who are familiar with WooCommerce, it's a bit of a nightmare. It was a really bad experience for our community. There were a ton of pain points. And then also just from an operational and internal team perspective, there were a lot of sticky points. So we were so excited to move over and to migrate to Shopify. And as we were going through that migration, through the entire process, whether it was the design, the language, our tech stack, our community was the first thing that we thought about as we were making those decisions to migrate. And it's been such a rewarding year for me hearing from our community how much more they're enjoying our process now and interacting with our website and things like that. And, seeing the different conversions rates and things like that on our website and really seeing the improvements has been it's been a really rewarding year. And then in addition, obviously all brands know about like that Amazon effect that's sort of happening where customers want their packages when they want their packages. They do not want to wait a week to have a package delivered. And so we joined the ShipBob's IPP program, and we expanded into, we're now in 3 warehouses. And not only has it lowered our shipping costs, drastically, it's also cut our transit times in half, which is it's fabulous throughout the year, but also going into peak, it's going to be really, really valuable for us going into peak.
Thanks for outlining that. Yeah, incredible. It sounds like just in terms of as a direct to consumer, consumer, so brand consumer, it's incredible to hear the level of care and attention that your team, all the way up for the founder down to kind of the way that you approach your technology stack, how community minded you are. I think, we talk about the Amazon effect in terms of expectation of fast packages, but also the Amazon effect of kind of moving away from your community and not always having that point of engagement. So the fact
that's something we will never lose. Like, there will never be a day in Wellbel's existence where the community does not come first and we do not have that personal touch.
That's incredible. That's so hard to maintain that in today's landscape. So kudos to you and your team.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And then, just to kind of piggyback off the complexity of the consumer experience, supply chains have become increasingly complex. So you as an operator are seeing a lot of complexity in your day-to-day. Can you walk us through the strategies you've implemented to manage those complexities effectively?
Absolutely. So I analyze our inventory levels every day, not even just like as a whole. I look at it from the different warehouses. I look at it like a very micro level. I have a model that I built that I run all of our projections through, that, I really, again, I spend time in that, on a daily basis, especially with peak coming up. We have a really great working relationship with our manufacturer, and we frequently take advantage of like the higher order volume pricing, but we have it split across several deliveries. This helps us manage the amount of cash we have parked at ShipBob, but it also lets us be really mindful of our pipeline so we don't experience stockouts, especially going into peak. Let's be honest, like, this is like probably everyone's busiest time of year. So we always want to be mindful, like, where our pipeline is. We always never want to worry about stockouts. Also, like, I know ShipBob doesn't have blackout dates, but lots of 3PLs do have blackout dates. So you have to be really mindful of those dates, like check-in delays, things like that, to make sure, as you start doing your sale, whether it's like influencers are activating, email marketing's activating, your sale really goes live. And we're also on Amazon. So really making sure we're managing our inventory levels across all channels is a huge piece. So like, again, like the IPP program has been really, really valuable for us, because your team, we collaborate a lot with your team on how much inventory how we should split our inventory across our warehouses, because all of our wholesale gets fulfilled out of one warehouse, so we need to maintain more inventory at our one warehouse. We have Amazon going out of that warehouse. So there's a lot of collaboration, especially going into peak, where we're making sure that we're really well stocked as we, go into the next 3 months.
Yeah, that's a fantastic call out. I think obviously the preparedness of inventory levels, no matter who you're working with or what channels you're selling on, that's always important. But then really knowing the channels, knowing what those dates are, knowing that they can change, having contingency plans in place. I think the IPP program is great for, if you have to move stock across different warehouses in the network, like it's, the US in December has, categorically bad weather, right? So if you're spread across our inventory, if you spread your inventory across our network, then, you're kind of insulated from any closures or any failures in the network. So again, like all of these things, you just have to kind of think of all of the different ways that it could go wrong. But I'm really
just delays at not even at the warehouse, but delays on the manufacturing side. I mean,
for sure,
that happens all the time, right? So, really giving yourself a cushion, there's a fine balance between giving yourself a nice cushion, being mindful of the cash that you're laying out. Like, there's a fine balance between all of it. But going into, this specific season is definitely one that I would, I like to be a bit more, I don't want to say aggressive, but like, a bit more, all right, we're going to give ourselves a little bit more of a cushion, because, lots of new customers flow in at this time. And you, of course, want to make sure that A, they can purchase, there's not a stock out, and B, they have a really positive experience with the shipping times and with the package arriving, et cetera, so they can come back and continue to be a customer.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of
Yeah,
trading on those conversions during the holiday season to increase that lifetime customer value. Absolutely.
exactly.
And I appreciate the call out on our tech side, on RPP, how that kind of makes your job easier to understand exactly what's going on with your inventory.
Very
So,
thankful.
yeah, that's
Very
fantastic.
thankful. Yeah.
Perfect segue into peak. So peak 2024. Reflecting on past holiday seasons, what valuable lessons have you learned that you have helped you streamline operations and boost holiday sales? I feel like those are two, you kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
That's the fine line, right? Streamlining operations, cash flow, keeping it lean, and then also making sure that you're going all in on converting new customers and converting holiday sales. So what insights can you share about preparing for and maximizing for peak?
Yeah, so we're a small team and a young company, so we have a lot going on, and we have definitely learned our lessons over the year about what type of timeline we need, what our runway looks like. We have identified hurdles so we can continue as a team to get more efficient each year. We actually started planning our Black Friday, Cyber Monday at the end of July. So we've really, tried to get ahead as much as we can. I work very closely with our internal teams, projecting our performance so I can, communicate with ShipBob, with Flavor Cloud, and, our other partners so our strategy can be properly supported. I think it's, really important just for like a few call outs. Like, again, like brands should be extremely knowledgeable and understand where their pipeline is and their inventory levels are. um, Blackout dates. Brands should be really mindful of blackout dates or check-in delays. The last thing you want to do is have your inventory sitting at the warehouse and they say, sorry, like it's a blackout date, like we can't take it, or have your inventory being checked in and you can't fulfill orders till it's finished. And then brands having a really strong relationship with their carrier network. One thing now that we're in the IPP program and our transit times have been so drastically reduced, it's something that we still think about, but brands can really think about upgrading their shipping options during peak to ensure or help ensure packages arrive on time. I spend a lot of time analyzing our shipping times from last year during peak, and not only just what it ended up being, but what carriers said their transit times actually were going to be, to understand like how on the nose they were. I think that's something brands should really spend time doing. And I think really at the end of the day, when it comes to peak, you need to speak to your partners and you need to understand how you can support them so they can best support you, and really just make sure you're all pushing the ball in the same direction. Like we all have the same goal here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for outlining that. Really helpful. The carrier call out piece is so important. Understanding actual carrier performance, having good relationships with the carriers, having, again, contingency plans in place for a carrier that's underperforming. Again, if you have a solution partner that can automate that, like a ShipBob, that's fantastic because that certainly takes a lot of the legwork out of it. But really, really important call out. So a streamlined and connected, oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I was like, absolutely. Yeah, I was just
concur.
agreeing.
Yeah.
I concur. Yeah.
A streamlined and connected tech stack can be a game changer during the holiday season. So what tools or technologies have you had significant impact on your success, and which ones would you recommend to others?
So again, this is our first peak coming in. Like we're coming into peak for the first time with like a full streamlined tech stack, and every department feels really prepared, which is really exciting for us. Because again, like previously we were on Woo and it was very sticky. So, of course, ShipBob has been an incredible partner with us. We've been partners really with ShipBob from the very beginning. They have really scaled alongside of us, which has been incredible. The IPP program, like I mentioned, really cutting down on the transit times and also cutting down on shipping costs. Flavor Cloud is our international partner, and they really have done a great job of working alongside us as we do our due diligence, as we expand internationally. We've had a very incredible positive experience with Flavor Cloud. Gorgeous is our customer support platform. Again, our community is so important to us. So we are very thankful for Gorgeous. We're currently testing Gorgeous automations to streamline some of our tickets going into peak. And so far, we're really impressed. We do have a one-woman support team, so we really want to make sure that she's fully prepared and have all the tools that she needs, and she's ready for that influx of tickets and orders. We also utilize Route, and Route is an insurance provider that customers can actually purchase at checkout. And what's great about Route is Meg, if your package gets lost or if your package gets damaged or stolen and you have Route will actually take care of that for you. And 9 times out of 10, you actually don't even need to reach out to Wellbel, and they'll send you a replacement or they'll refund you. They really find that solution. And it's great from the brand side because we're able to go and say, okay, what are people like having issues with? Do we need to have a conversation with ShipBob about a carrier? Where do we need to go from here? So they also offer great reporting so we can analyze the issues at hand. And then our developers we work with, Absolute Web, they're superheroes. We are so thankful for them. It is, they make it so easy. So I would say like those are probably my top calls I have today.
Yeah, thanks for outlining that. Super helpful. Obviously you have your solutions, but kind of articulating exactly how they're helping and how that all weaves together is so important for brands, especially if they're coming up against their first peak. So really, really helpful insight there.
Yeah, I think we all learn, right? Every peak season, we learn something new and we get better for the next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So looking forward to 2025, which is great. It feels like it's crazy to think that peak is around the corner. I still feel like it's summer.
I think it is still summer in my mind. It's still summer in my mind. I can't believe it's October in a few weeks.
I know, especially because we're having uncategorically warm weather here in Chicago. So it feels like it could be summer forever, but peak is right around the corner, which means 2025 is right around the corner. So as we look ahead to 2025, what are you most excited about in terms of innovation and growth for your brand?
So our catalog is growing. I can't say much, but I will say I am very, very excited for 2025 to roll around and everyone to see what we've been working on so hard. We have some new products that I think everyone will be very pleased with.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Cool.
Yeah.
Some new products, new formulas, things to help your customers and grow your community.
Exactly.
So lastly, for those just starting out or looking to scale their business, what advice would you give to aspiring e-commerce operators? Where did you go to find community and advice?
Yeah, so looking to scale, I would say evaluate your tech stack and your agency partners. I think the biggest thing is you need to make sure they can support you, scale with you, and help you achieve your goals. I know sometimes there's really hard decisions that need to be made with tech partners, but if it's best for the business, sometimes that's just what you have to do. Making sure you're really clear, like your 2025 goals are so clear with your partners and tell them what you're planning. I think when you have these conversations, it can really blossom into something really fantastic where it can be really collaborative. What's great about having agency partners is they work with so many brands and they've seen so many different things. So they could honestly, not even honestly, like it's a surprise, but they can have really great insights to share with you and ideas to better your strategy. So definitely having those conversations. And then as far as, where do I go to find community and advice? I attend a lot of tech partner events, like lunch and learns are great. And, dinner, like industry dinners. And I've met some of my closest friends at these dinners where I can call them, ask them for advice, and they can do the same. And, that's been a really great way to meet people.
It's fantastic. Selfishly, because I'm the agency partner manager, are there any agencies that you want to call out that we want to get a little love on this?
Definitely ShipBob, of course. Okay. Definitely ShipBob. I will say Absolute Web again. They are incredible partners of ours. Flavor Cloud is also like a great one. I'm like so thankful for Flavor Cloud, ShipBob, and our tech partner. They're great.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, Hattie, we covered the gamut. This is so exciting. It's so nice to meet you and have this chat. I'm so excited to see these new products that you're launching and what's coming in down the pike for 2025. And can't wait to see all the cool promotions and things and bells and whistles you come up with for peak. So it
Thanks
was
for
fantastic
having
to
me.
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you at the next one.